friends. I'm Peggy from Craft Creations by Peggy. So nice to see you. I am going to get myself logged in here. It is a little tiny bit of a lag, so let me just do this. And let's see if I can do it correctly. Let's do this. And I need to go here. I need to go there. And then I need to go right there and let it load. And I am live tonight. So good to see you. There. Hi. I'm so happy to be here. Yay. Yay, yay. Okay. So if you love an easy DIY craft and total cool creation, Chat Couture products are right here and you're in the right place. So let me give you a little idea of what they're like tonight so that you can kind of see how you're feeling about it and if you would like to try it. I would love to have you try this. Okay, so the first thing that I want to show you is this is the stencil that we're going to be using, and it is absolutely the cutest. I must be on a roll this week, but I think it's really, really, really fun. Okay, how many rollies can we get out of that? Count them and let me know. Tell me how many you heard. All right, and this is so cute. Is that not the cutest thing ever? I love it. I absolutely love it. And it's called Wiggle Butts. And of course it says Wiggle Butts, and it's for those of us who have a puppy, I think. Anyway, yes, it's got a paw in the corner. And then what we're going to put it on is, I have one of our boards that we've had for quite some time. I'm sorry, but I don't believe that they sell them anymore. But I just wanted to kind of use it and put it on here just, because. So if you have something about this size that will fit it, you can do it. You can totally do it. It does not have to be on a special board, as long as it's a board that's able to fit your project the way you want it to fit. If I can get that out of the box, that would be great. I think it's been sitting for just a little while. But anyway, it looks like this. And it's what they call a palette board. And these are really cute. They were cute. I'm sorry that they don't make them anymore because they were really kind of fun. And then you had the other side as well that you could turn it over and use any side you want. So here's the thing. We are going to put our awesome stencil on this side. And what we're going to do is we are going to use a little bit of distressing around the edges. And so I have some burnt umber. And we're going to distress this just a little bit, and I'm going to show you how I do it. And of course, you can certainly do it any way that you would like. If you don't want to distress it, I get that. But if you're like me, I just like a little something around the edges sometimes. So what I do is I just make sure that that's ready to be opened. And this is just paint from Dollar Store. It's Apple Barrel. All right, I think I better... I feel a big spill coming on here. Let me take that plastic off. I could do it, but I might get too much. It'd be really sloppy, and that would be bad. And then I have a mess. And I'm kind of wearing not white pants, but they're pretty light. So, okay, now my wet wipe is really what I use, and a little bit of spray extra. This one's a pretty wet wipe, and I just take it and rub that just a little bit in there, and I'm just going to take it and kind of go around the edges like so, just like that, just where I want it though. So I'm going to take it across and just take that little bit and get it on there like so. Okay, and then I'm going to take a clean one, because I don't want a bunch. I just want enough to change it up just a little. kind of a little bit in the middle and outside, and just a little tiny bit. Okay, can you see that? And then I can kind of see where I want it and how I want it. Okay, I think that is perfect, absolutely perfect. I'm just going to go around the edge, make sure that I didn't get a mess on the edge, which I did. See that? I did get a mess. And then that'll just take your edges and make them look really cute. Okay. Okay. All right. And then we're going to get rid of those and get them out of the way because I'm feeling it. And that's really all you need. You don't need much. But of course, there again, if you like a lot more and you want to see a darker edge on that, you are certainly welcome to put as much on there as you would like. Now, we are going to need to dry this before we get started. So let's just chat for a minute. We have some really, really, really fun things going on right now at Chalk. And I just got back from Kentucky. And if you are joined up with Chalk and you're a designer, we go to ChalkCon once a year. And it is actually calling the Now Chalk Camp, meaning that we go and we have a good time, but we also learn, and we learn new things. And so when you join up with us, with me on my team, you will be on my team, and we will hang out and we will learn things, and new things, old things, and things to come. Okay? And so it is so fun. You do not have to be the salesperson. You can be a maker. And if you would like to make some money and be a salesperson, then there is a place for you here as well. So there's a place for everyone. Anyway, if you would like some questions answered, please don't hesitate to call. And if you would like the things that we use today, you can comment Wiggle, W-I-G-G-L-E, comment Wiggle in the comments, and I will get you the information of everything that we use today. Just remember that the board is no longer available, okay? So you have to find your own surface, all right? Or we have surfaces in our store that will fit this as well. So I think we're dry. All right, I'm just going to wipe off my fingers a little bit. Okay, so we have this dry, and this is what it looks like so far, okay? Isn't that nice? There's just a little bit of distress there. And now I'm going to get out my fuzzing cloth and my wax. Okay, so I have my fuzzing cloth right here. I have my wax right here. We're going to open that up, and I left this out. I was on last night, so I went ahead and left it out. So I'm just going to put a little bit on. And this just takes all of the bumps, lumps, smooths everything out from adding that little bit of paint, and makes it nice and smooth. And you just can go across there and make it perfect. Okay? Just wipe that off. Make sure there's no extra wax on there. That's what you want to do. You don't want any wax left on there because there's a little screen in our transfer, and you do not want the wax to go through that. So just be careful how much you use. Okay? All right. And I showed you everything. I want to use our new color, Tropic. This is chalk paste. This is a beautiful, beautiful green. It's absolutely gorgeous. I think I have not opened this one yet. And I also have taffy. And this is just a gorgeous coral pink tone that's just going to look super pretty on our design, right? I think so. So let's open these up, see how they look. Yes, this one's brand new. I did use Easter, and I think the one I used at Easter is at home. So I'm not at home right now. So I am, and look at how beautiful that looks. Oh my gosh, that is so, so pretty. Okay, so that's ready to go, really. It's nice and creamy dreamy. That's our favorite. That's the way we want it to be. Creamy dreamy. That makes it slide right through that transfer and keeps it just perfect. So I just dropped my wet. Okay, so that's all clean and ready to go. All right, I'll set that right there just out of the way. Make sure I don't have anything on my hands. Get that over here out of the way. Now we're going to use Tropic. Tropic is this beautiful green. It's just gorgeous. And we're going to get the edge of that, and we're just going to pull that off. Oh, look at that. Is beautiful. And of course, I always have it everywhere. I can never go without. Okay, now I'm just going to take some of this off the top because there is so much on the top of that. We don't like to waste our stuff, right? We want to waste our beautiful goods here. Okay, so that's good. Now I can pull that off. Feel good about it. And I'm going to take off just that edge, because if you leave an edge of the stuff on the cap, it'll get really dry and icky and dry up here. Okay, now, one thing I'm going to tell you about this is, yes, this is the jars, and this is a lot. This is a lot. So if you're going to be a maker and you feel like you don't need all that, you don't need to spend all of that, we have packets that you can get, and the packets are small, and you can do about 4 projects out of each packet. The packets are thin, and I'll show you what a packet looks like right here, just so that you know when you go to order. And they are this size right here. Now, this is ink that I have right here, but the paste looks exactly the same. And we do have ink projects that we do too, okay? Gosh, you guys, I got that everywhere. Shocking, right? Okay, so here's the packet. This is what they look like, and you just go like that. You mix it all up inside, and then you cut off whichever end that you want. You squirt a little bit into one of our trays, or your tray, whatever you have handy. You can do that. And you can put it in the tray, squirt it in there, just enough, about what you think you'll need. And you can also squirt more, if you need it, of course, obviously. And then when you're done, you just take your package and you roll that over a couple of times and Scotch tape it. You can put it in a plastic bag or whatever you like, okay? So we've explained that, and that is cool. So now we're going to fuzz. We're going to take this out of the package, and if you watch me at all, you know that I just slip this out of the bag, pull the bottom off. Don't cut the bottom, because then you won't have anywhere to put your transfer when you're done. And there's the back. There's the directions on the back in case you forget what you're working with and how. And you're going to use the terry cloth side, okay? There is a drying side, and we use that when we layer our projects, okay? So that we can wash our project in between and layer it, okay? So we're going to pull that off, and we're going to lay that right down. Be careful as you do not to stick it to one another. If it sticks very badly, let me tell you what you can do. You can run it under some water and unstick it. Don't pull it apart while you're trying to get it unstuck. If it's just totally stuck and ridiculous, run it under some water. Take a little extra time so that you don't stretch your transfer, because when you do, this will cause it to come out blurry or funky, because it stretches the transfer, okay? And then just get a lot of that sticky off of there. And I am going to welcome you to join my free VIP group, where we can go in, we can do some lives, we can do some giveaways. If you would like to be in a game where you can win something, you can do that. And it's a little more crazy fun. Here, we're just going to teach you what you need to know, okay? So we're going to move that over, get it out of the way, and we're going to place this on the board where you think it looks the best. And I'm thinking that might be the best. Maybe. Yeah, I think that looks pretty close. What do you think? What do you think? So that's what it looks like after you get it all done. Now what I'm doing here is I'm coming down this board to make sure that there is no bubbles in the white. And the white is what you're going to be coloring. So you want to make sure that there's no bubbles. I was feeling a little bit, these are bigger down here. So there might just be a little bit there. I might have got them. Okay, so you want to make sure that you get all of them out, all right? Now, you also want to make sure that you leave a corner up here to be able to grab, and you want to pull that up, pull it to the middle, and while you're peeling and revealing, you're going to pull it from the middle down, okay? So we're going to start with our bigger words first, and the bigger words, all of the words, I think I'm going to do green. Green seems to be with the tropics. I think that's really a pretty one, and then let's do the taffy in the middle, okay? So let's do it. So I'm just going to put some on here, and I'm going to put a little bit across the top there, and I'm just going to take this and go down with it. Okay, and you just want to slide that down. Remember, it's a squeegee, okay? So you want to just, and we are going to make the top colors the same colors. Now, mind you, this is exactly what I was talking about. This is what you want to make it, okay? This is only an example of what I think it should look like. You could make every other letter a different color. You could make them any color that you want, okay? And that's the beauty of Chalk Couture. You have the opportunity to make your colors and the colors that you like, okay? So, and you can do 2 or 3 of these, and you can make a couple of different colors. And these transfers work with, or stencil, whatever you like to call them. They work with etching cream. They work with wood burning. And they also work with our ink. Okay, and now what I'm doing is taking off the excess and putting it back in the jar, because you don't need all that. Plus, when you leave too much or you're swiping it, you can leave little lines in your project there, and you don't need to have the lines. Now we're going to go up here, and we are going to get the words at the top. Beware of. Now these have more little spaces, so you need to make sure that you cover them, and make sure that you cover the white spots. So you'll look through there and kind of lean forward. Stand up if you like. If it's easier for you to stand up, stand up. Stand up and look at your project. Nothing wrong with that. Depending on what kind of project I'm doing, I will stand up to use my eyes to see deeper into what I'm doing here. Okay, so we have this all done, and we're going to put this back in the jar. And now I'm going to take my taffy, and I'm going fairly fast so that I don't want all these letters to dry out, because you don't want your chalk to dry out. We want this to turn out just beautiful. And this color is fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. So it's going to knock your socks off, okay? So there we have it. Okay, that's great. All right, so we put that excess in. I'm going to turn this around. And look how beautiful that is. Now, I did pull the top, but I want to pull this so that you can see it, okay? So I'm just going to pull that up across the bottom. And we're going to go just across there so I can grab that, okay? And then we're just going to pull that up. When they're new, they pull off just a little bit harder. And look at that, you guys. Look how beautiful that is. Isn't that the greatest? That is so cool, right? Isn't that pretty? Look how pretty that is. That is amazing. So here we go. Now, how long did that take you to make a present? A birthday present, a housewarming present? just a beautiful, beautiful gift. You could embellish this. I had not planned on embellishing this. That's why I distressed it a little bit. And I am going to dry this. And tell me where you're from when you hop on, because I do read. I read every single person's answer or question, even though this is probably going to be a replay, okay? I'm from Washington State, western side of Washington State. It's a lot cooler over here, and it rains a lot, and we've had some 82-degree weather and some close to 90-degree weather for just a couple of days. And now tomorrow we are already this evening. It is what time is it here? It's 20 to 8 p.m. and I'm going to tell you that it's already 61 degrees, and that's kind of cold for summer. But anyway, that's what kind of weather we have here. It never stays hot for too many days. Although we're not used to it, we did have to have the air conditioning on a little bit. So, yeah. Isn't this just the prettiest color? I just love it. I love the taffy, but I also like the green. Green is beautiful. You know, it almost reminds me of 4-H. 4-H green, yeah. So tell me, I know that you are thinking in your head right now what color you would like to do yours. And I know if it were me, I would be going, I don't think I like that green. I think I would like to have purple or blue or whatever matches my home. But this would be so cute no matter what color you put on your front porch. I think this would be the cutest door hanger I could ever think about. Just right at the door when people walk up to the porch and come to knock on the door. I think this would be so cute. So I hope you're loving it. I hope this is just exactly something that you would like to do. You just need to have your board or wherever you want to put this. You could even put this on the wall. You don't have to put this on a board. If you have a front porch or you have a nice wall that's smooth, you could sand it a little bit, wax it, and you could put this right on the wall coming in. Yes, wouldn't that be fun? That would be so fun. So I think we're just about dry, and the nice part about the chalk is it dries super fast. The chalk, if it is shiny, it's wet. If it is dull, and it's kind of dull right now, you can probably see the difference. It is dull right now, so that means that it's dry. And so, listen, guys, I am so glad to be here. I want to thank you for watching. I'm thankful that you like, share, and follow. When you like and you share and you follow, that pushes my page out so that other people can see it. Maybe that wasn't your time that you liked it this time, but Mary Jo or Bob or Betty would look at this and go, oh my gosh, I just love that. So we want to get this out to others so that they can partake and see what's fun about this too. And I appreciate you. I need your help. So anyway, I would just like to thank you tonight for you being here. Love you guys so much. I hope that your week is fabulous, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.